were attacked. At any time, Hamas could have released the hostages and ended the war, but Hamas held on to the hostages and killed them and raped them and did a lot of shit. So yeah, Israel helped fund Hamas.
It's a complicated situation, though. It's very complicated, though. You just simplified it.
But you a Zionist. Does it matter if he's from Mars or Uranus? If he's got an accurate opinion, it doesn't matter if he is from Uranus.
Listen, October 6th, there was a ceasefire. Okay? Israel left Gaza in 2006. Right away, Gaza elected Hamas. Hamas declared war on Israel and fired thousands of rockets into Israel between 2006 and 2023. These are facts. Now you can say, Israel had no.
They had no military though.
But they had rockets.
This didn't start.
There were 50,000 people in Hamas. When you say they have no military, they sure do have a military.
They don't have a military. And
there's 50,000 soldiers in Hamas. Okay. They don't have airplanes, but they have a military.
You guys have America.
And that's by the help of fucking Benjamin Netanyahu. The Prince of Qatar already exposed his ass by Operation Black Raven.
Okay, but you guys have America.
Right, so and Hamas has Iran.
But so then it's equal. It matches up. You can't just be like.
So we've come a long way.
Yeah, we've come a long way. I mean, hey, listen. If this is how if I live in America, so look, however you. If you guys don't want people to know this information, don't share it. It's easy to find it.
There's nothing. I'm trying to understand.
Randy, I'm gonna give you the mic because the mic is gonna be solely on you when I ask this question, right? When you make this statement about the 50,000, I want to know where did you get it from? What news source you got it from? Yeah, yo, chop chip. What news source you got it from? I just want you to put in the chat when you say 50,000. I want to know where you got it from. Are you able to put that in the chat for us to see and view, to be on the same page with you? You there? Yep.
The fact of the matter is that this didn't start October 7th. It was provoked October 7th by that's just like what's happening in New York right now. It's not even being televised. They're taking them people out in New York too. They're trying to.
Well, what area of history are you going to focus on explicitly? Do you want to go back 3,000 years, 10,000 years? What part of human history and suffering do you specifically want to focus on?
No, this is like 1950s, 1960s. This is not 3,000 years ago.
There's people still alive from it.
Well, I hope you all know that black
people's houses in New York.
No, you can't talk. Answer that question.
I tried to. She interrupted me.
You can't speak.
She started talking about people's houses in New York.
Where you got 50,000.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Because you heard me talking.
I know, and then I tried to answer, and she cut me off. She started talking about people taking houses in New York.
Okay, so but before we proceed, can you drop in the chat before? Okay, so drop in the chat your evidence of that 50K. You can come back on stage. Like, why we gotta do this? Like, we know how these conversations go, bro. Like, what?
Nah, my nigga, the chat mine. So y'all ain't gonna let me say shit on stage. The chat mine.
Yeah, why y'all be so emo, bro? What's wrong with y'all?
Nah.
And how you gonna say ain't nobody let you speak, bro? Your mic is overpowered and you been letting you speak the whole night. What are you talking about?
That shit crazy.
It ain't. Only when you speak, then you shut the fuck up.
And Randy, you you gotta chill too, man. I don't know what the fuck that was about, but this ain't that. Hey, on another note, in the background, I was listening to Belly Gang at 21. This shit, alright, bro.
I'm posting everything I was gonna speak about in the chat.
Bro, just say it. The floor is open.
Shit, I'm almost done now. You see how much I put in it already?
I'm not even paying attention, bro. Shit. I'd rather you just say it. To be for real.
Bruh, everybody looking at this shit all fucking wrong, just like I was telling their ass. They keep trying to make a distinction between Iran and Israel when they share a common fucking interest. Neither one of them want an independent state of Palestine. So you move Hamas and the motherfucking Palestine to Gaza. When you fight them, you call yourself fighting them, but you're destroying everything and the people there. Then you move the other motherfuckers over there in Lebanon. Other Middle Eastern nations all agree on the independent state of Palestine or whatever. So y'all goddamn $1 billion in crypto. He used to work for the London banks. So he know how to find all the shit in their shadow banking network. That's why again, I'm gonna say that's why that bank went down over there in Switzerland or whatever. And the MI6 involvement with the Muslim Brotherhood helping build their mosque in Egypt, Yemen, and again, Lebanon. All the same nations that agree on an independent state of Palestine. This is where you put your fucking brotherhoods and shit. And the MI6 calls all 3 locations strategic assets. This shit is bigger than Israel, bigger than Iran, and all of it goes right back to fucking Britain, City of London, and all that other shit.
Wait, did you say that Hezbollah is in Lebanon? Because I've been trying to figure out what's going on with the recent strikes over there. So you're kind of like putting something together.
Yeah, Hezbollah in Lebanon. So thus, the enemy of my enemy becomes my friend. And we keep this shit destabilized, and who's making all the fucking money, and who controlling the global shipping routes and setting the price of oil and everything. The British motherfuckers. That's why Trump breaking away from their asses too. He literally just took the whole global economy.
The British aspect that you mentioned, that's putting a lot together as well, because I know a lot of people were coming against their prime minister, whatever the guy name is, because he wasn't coming out to speak against Iran. But Britain itself, they've been having a lot of protests over there. People are talking about how it's
shit down there because NATO is only supposed to protect the lands of Europe. Even though they got a fucking navy, they ain't supposed to get involved in nothing else.
Right. But the whole reason why America got strong is because a lot of nations wasn't being protected. And we said, okay, well, we'll protect you. That's how we got to be as globally big as that we are now. Like, but the fact of the matter is that the king they still have some interest in Canada, America, and Israel. And they want interest and need to keep interest in the Middle East because they just lost Africa. So keep in mind, Africa is receiving their independence as well. So
right, but if they still want to have any interest in produce and sustain their own, they can make money and trade however they want to. That's what we moving to. Nations operating, trading with who they want to trade with, not because you say we got to. And you set the price on everything. Now, we want to negotiate for this and that. We should have the freedom to do that. That's why a lot of the Gulf states invested so much money before this shit with Iran even kicked off. And when he's saying that, okay, they came to a deal, and he's talking about investment in Iran, the same Gulf states are the ones that's going to invest in Iran.
No, here's the thing. The big thing that people are not that Iran is playing chess. So when they close the Strait of Hormuz, that is a big trade route for America, right? And they've already made agreements. So every time that we send a ship through there, we literally have to pay them money. We're going to allow us to come there at all. And we have so many different people so many different companies that ship through that strait. It's like, I think 30% or 40%.
Yeah, but when you go back and look at how this whole post-World War rules-based order was established, and you look at shipping and maritime or whatever, that shit still goes back to Britain over 150 years ago and everything. Iran really wasn't running shit. Iran really wasn't running shit. They call it a choke point for a reason, because many nations depend on that choke point. That is a main choke point and everything.
Right. They did a deal
but
with China already.
Finances and everything is not controlled by them. You remember when people always talk about, oh, we're going to have a World War III because only these and the clerics. When they on King Reza or whatever put the clerics in, they've been running since. That's why it's called an Iranian central bank, because it's connected to their system. There's only that SWIFT central banking system. They've been in control of it. Or I say they give you these people or whatever, and you really think they running shit, but they not. In the background, this is what they call it. They call it a soft power. Just like King Charles was talking about, the soft power of leadership over America. Because in 1871, they came and took this shit back.
What I'm saying is, regardless of all of that, Israel got a problem with that. Israel's been making their life a little fucking hell, alongside a few other countries. Relationship with Iran. Iran, the Middle East can sustain themselves. They have oil money. They have oil. They have a lot of fucking resources. They have rare earth minerals that we need, that we ain't even getting from Ukraine. They have shit that we actually need to sustain us in the future. So it's not just about money. This shit is about, it's about land and what we need in order to, like, what are those things called? The fucking microchips and shit that we need from Taiwan and stuff. Like, this goes beyond that. So if we can't even get import and export through the Strait of Hormuz,
praises him. Oh, Barack, you gave me the strength. You were always there for me. I done said too much. I'm going to the Barack Hussein Obama and Michelle Obama after party up in the private soiree zone in the library. I'm with that race hustler, Reverend Al Sharpton. See you all at the soiree.
Y'all dang it. Saying or whatever. What I got right here is a comprehensive timeline that organizes the centuries of intelligence history, the strategic calculations, and the illicit financial networks and explosive military collapse of the 2026 ceasefires into a chronological sequence. Now, the phase one, it take you back to the historical groundwork in the 1940s and 50s with the MI6 alliance and the post-World War II era British intelligence as strategic asset. They covertly funded some first mosques and regional.
We carry peace into the night. I believe that we'll rise again. No hate, no pain. I believe that let the light begin. Long before let us walk, let us heal, free from stress. On the weary, we'll stand tall, a gentle voice for one and all. I believe that we'll rise again. No hate, no pain, no I believe free from greed, we'll play.
In political action like a gay magnet.
Oh well, they're all in Model UN, and they just really thrust themselves into their academics.
Like you're telling me we can't get straight politicians?
Tom Cotton.
If you're looking for even if they don't get straight, they get gayed out because that's how they get the blackmail. If they can't get you a kid, they'll get you a gay.
It's a choice.
It's not. I would choose gay every day.
Why is it okay? Low
income, no kids, rich, share the wardrobe, rich. You fall into every diversity, equity, inclusion shit. So easy to get laid. Like if I could just choose to be gay,
I
fucking hanging out with Peter Thiel laughing about fucking SpaceX.
Well, the only people who don't choose to be gay is because the environmental control in the water, like something happened when you were in utero, like in the womb. So maybe those people
want to get pregnant before he's born.
No, but you were cooking. Keep going with that. I want to hear.
I was busy with how.
It does. So, but wouldn't that just be bad anyway, even when you're not?
So I stayed single a little longer. So, and I only had one kid because I really loved my career. It was crazy fun. So,
Sounds like
you know, yeah, we were on every background, every studio.
So you were living in LA?
No. It was our offices were in Wilmette, and then our other offices were in Martin Grove. The two different companies I worked for that were in the direct business, but Hollywood #1 came to us all the time. All the stars came to my offices. #2, we did our sales at the Registry Hotel, which is no longer the Registry Hotel, but that is where we had our meetings. But all the studios, Wined and Dine Us, they would come to the hotel to promote all the new film that they were distributing. And so they would come and make big presentations to us. And then in the evenings, they would each have us for dinner, an event on one of the studio backlots. So we would be on the Western set. Like they would take us to the Western set, set it up, and make us a Western barbecue. You know, with cowboy hats, and then one studio had us. It was when Clint Eastwood had the film Pink Cadillac. There was a film with a pink caddy, and they had the Cadillac out there, and then at the time. And then another time we came and they had us for a party in the commissary. That's where all the actors eat, you know, on the studio lot. And the costume department rolled out costumes for us to wear for the party.
Fun.
It was crazy. You know, like poodle skirts and sweaters, you know. And so that was kind of fun. So, yeah, it was, you know, that's what I'm saying. I didn't get married right away because I was having such a good time. So that's a little bit about in 87. So, and then
right. That's why your son's a little bit younger than me.
Yes, I had him in 90. He was born in 1990. And now he lives in Palatine.
Oh, okay. But you're out of state then, right?
Huh?
You're out of state though.
What do you mean? I'm in Illinois.
Oh, I thought you were in Minnesota.
No, my brother Bob lives in Minnesota.
Okay, so are you in suburban Chicago or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
I'm in Buffalo. I don't listen. I'm not too concerned about being doxxed. I'm in Buffalo, just so you know, because I don't cause trouble in any rooms where anybody would have to need.
Right.
So,
hi. Your friends in Chicago.
Who's here? I don't know who's here.
Hi.
Just saying hello. Go ahead.
How's he doing?
Go ahead.
I said.
Deerfield.
Oh, your family's here in Deerfield?
Like, yeah, I have a bunch of first cousins.
I'm in Buffalo Grove. That's might as well be in Deerfield. You know what I'm saying? That's in my backyard, basically. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, my turf. You know, my brother has a home in Highland Park. Mm-hmm. We're Buffalo Grove and Deerfield. You know, we have cousins in Glenview and Deerfield. That's the whole. You know, that's the area.
Yeah.
Lincolnshire, Buffalo Grove. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So very cool. So your parents are still in Deerfield?
No, my parents are here in Detroit. These are.
Oh, okay. Got it.
These are my first cousins who grew up here in Detroit, but they ended up marrying men who lived in this,
there you go.
The Northwest Chicago.
Yes, yeah. Of course. Okay, so you're in the your folks live in the.
I live in an inner ring suburb that touches the city. So I live like 5 miles from the city limits. So from downtown is like 20-minute drive.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
No, that's good. No, my son has to work. He's hybrid. You know, he works both at home and in the city. Mm-hmm. And so he has to take the train. Palatine has a really good train because they run late, you know, in case he wants to do something in the city. Mm-hmm. And he has a parking space in a garage by the train, right adjacent to the tracks, not one of the distant lots. So he's got a really cushy setup, you know, for commuting.
I wish we had that, like in suburban Detroit, like a train that went to the city.
Oh God, yeah. You didn't really want to live in the city. I did. I lived in the city, but it's a hassle because it's part of your apartment. You don't want one of the old buildings where you don't have parking because it's a nightmare. And because you can't leave your car on the street in the winter, you know what I mean? They'll tow it or whatever. So here he has. Now she's running for mayor. His boss is running for mayor.
Of which?
Chicago.
Oh.
Chicago. Yeah.
In Chicago. Oh, okay.
Yes.
God, they need a good mayor there.
Yeah, she's Mexican. Mm-hmm. Susana Mendoza. She's really. Oh, I love her. She's a doll. She's very sweet, and she's friends with my brother, and. So now I donated to her for mayor. So even though I don't live in Chicago, I still think she'll make a good mayor. And they still have a new boss. Yeah, we will see. But it's an interesting job to work for the state.
Well, you know, there's a clubhouse person who's running for mayor of Chicago.
Oh, please, do not go there with me. our friendship ends here. I'm going to tell you. I know asshole Kitover very well. When he first got on this app, he came to the Jewish room with his shtick.
Do you know? Have you met him in real life?
Never, and I will never meet him in real life. I'm going to tell you. The nutsiest. I mean, and here's the thing. I know all the major politicians in Illinois, okay? We happen to have, my brother is pretty well connected, you know, and so at my parents' funeral was Brad Schneider, who's our congressman, and Bob Dole, who's a good friend, and Mark Kirk, who was our senator. So, you know, the inside track on him, you know, from like Darren LaHood and the other people, I mean, he cheats. He's such a crook. He's such a little, nothing he does is good. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust him. So he was kicked off the ballot because he roundtabled the signatures.
No, I did not.
I don't know that term in particular, but I definitely read the news articles that came out.
I was roundtabled against when I ran for committee person.
I did it.
They got the signatures overnight.
I did a very snarky Asura AI on him. Being, you know, the round table, John Kitover in the round table with the knights, but it meant that he had a few friends sit around the table and fake signatures. That's what round tabling is.
Exactly, one friend.
That makes sense.
You know how long it would have taken?
He tried to get money, you know, for
Our next trial is June 25th.
Whatever, and he did not get the money.
Oh, I did. I will get the money. But I did get the money.
Because he was on the phone. And then election judge, you know, the judge, when he was also writing a complaint about the other candidate or something, and one of the judges called him on the phone, and they might have even been Zooming, okay? Do you know he streamed that? He streamed.
Oh!
I mean, he just gets away with so much stuff.
Away
You
with
don't want to have
robbery.
anything to do with him because he will taint you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
guys?
the
So-
taint.
I don't, except.
No, I don't mean you.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah,
said
okay.
you, I meant anyone on the app.
Okay,
You know,
sure.
you wouldn't want to have is what I meant. Any sort. He streams it all. It's all streamed. I mean, even if you're just joking around, all it takes is one wrong person to hear you say something, or somebody you don't like to hear it, and they're going to use it against you. You know, it's dangerous. So
The thing is that no one listens to his streams at all.
well,
Like, I think his most viewed video has 13 views or something.
I understand. Yes and no. But just the point that you're out there in the universe. You know what I'm saying? And in the clubhouse element, when the other clubhouse folk know he streams and there's all this conflict going on, if they overhear you say something, you know, and they don't like you,
Sure. Yeah.
they could dox you or they could cause trouble, you know, and that has happened. So that was what made people very once streaming live. Somebody told me, I went and looked, and I could see the street addresses as he's driving. And I said, oh, that's where his gym is. He's in Jefferson Park. I knew right where he was living.
Right.
And he's used Jefferson Park or whatever. You know, he's used all the derivatives, and I know exactly the building he lives in.
Yeah, those are cassettes in the
This
back.
is a nice building.
It's an old, you know, flat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a vintage building.
Mm-hmm.
So in Chicago, you know, one of the vintage buildings in Chicago. But you know, he stacks himself, so now it's fair game. His name is all over the place now because now all his websites now are pretty much his real name. All his YouTubes.
Right. Yeah, he's not a secret personality, right?
Not anymore. No, but he has. What? And so his father died, and again, I know. He might own a couple apartments, whatever. So that's all he has his living off of because he lost his job. So I don't quite understand what he does with himself at this point.
I'm live streaming at you on YouTube right now. That's what I'm doing.
He's a politician.
No, he's not. And he doesn't think what he really is. He thinks he's an entertainer. He visions himself as an entertainer. But it's like a one-trick pony. It's the same. He says the same kind of lines. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Right? So he does the shtick, and it's not even good shtick. Oh, he's the lowest. So that's probably the worst person on the app. I'll take Pepe over him. He's pretty bad. Or Amir. It's pretty bad. I'll take Amir over John Kitover.
Yeah,
so
once in a great while he could hang out and be like somewhat normal, but that's a rare exception.
But the problem is he's hanging out and streaming you.
Right.
So
you have to be aware of that. Yeah.
Right, because you know, and someone like Monica who could say some things sometimes that trigger people. You know what I mean? She's very clever, and you know. But if I was her, I wouldn't want that to live on somewhere where later on somebody knowing that he does that will go and find something. You know what I mean? Because people have. You might think nobody watches, but I know in our crowd, many people have gone through a lot of them looking. You know, because a lot of them have. Are the front page, like this page, and you see this first, right? You see the little PTRs. So they go searching through those to see if there's one with them in it or somebody they were looking for. I've heard some people do some nasty things with it. Or wanted to see if they were talking about them. You know, it becomes weird. So I just won't go on. I generally won't go on stage if he's on, because I don't want to be recorded.
Yeah, no blame you.
So you know, but yeah, he's the other character on this app. And how many times have people reported him to?
100.
I think he said at one point he has 60 phones.
Oh, I have taken screenshots of all the pictures of his phones. A bunch of us were doing some home. Well, no, a bunch of it. It wasn't just me. We had a little. One night we were goofing around, you know, very clubhousey, and we pulled up all kinds of stuff to get screenshots of all these phones. It's mind-boggling. He spent a lot of money on phones. Let me tell you.
Right. which is just, goes to show his mental state.
4 recording, 5 recording studios.
Everywhere. But he wasn't just on Clubhouse. He was on Instagram. It's also on Facebook. It's everywhere. It's also on X.
Well, because you remember for a while he was saying that he's making a deal with Netflix to do a documentary about Clubhouse.
Oh my God! He's such a doctor. Yeah, have him give me a call when it's done, okay?
Yeah, well, you'll have to call his people.
Yeah, I'll call his people. His people can call my people. That is so funny. Oh my God, Kitover. He's just. But his uncle was there's an interesting newspaper. Remember, I'm a genealogist.
Yeah, what kind of name is Kitover? I've never heard of you named Kitover.
Yeah. It's a derivative. But the trick is, the funny thing is, in those subscription programs like All Access, whatever, you get newspapers.com. And I looked up his family name in Illinois, and his uncle was really, the whole thing on him, really a character. Remind me to find it for you one day. I'll pull it up. It's really interesting read. His father has a Facebook page. He's deceased, but his mother, he's taken her to some political things. So we're on, a few of us in the room were on, and we opened up and there he is talking to his mom. He's streaming his mom. One night he was streaming some girl. He wanted to go over there, and she didn't want anything to do with him, so it was pretty hilarious. Another time, somebody, one of his rental properties or whatever, was reaching out, and can you imagine somebody doing business with him? He's streaming it. So, see, those kind of things are really serious,
Fully transparent.
And I think in Illinois, I'm trying to remember the law. I can't remember right now. With certain states, he could really get in trouble if,
We don't like your podcast.
He just thinks it's all funny.
You're in big trouble, mister.
But he spends 24/7 sitting in his office there. So
it's too bad because his mayoral campaign website looks pretty professional until you get down to the very end, and his email address is a Gmail account. It's like, why would you go through all this trouble and not get a domain email?
It's such pretend. The politicians know him, and it's such a pretend thing.
The politicians know me.
He doesn't have if he gets 100 votes. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke. It's a joke. Like you said, he's got all that campaign, but nobody's looking at any of it.
Right.
There's nobody watching it.
Nobody even looks at the real politicians.
Imagination, and that's sort of an illness. There's nothing legitimate about
sort
it.
Of an illness. Sort of an illness.
Think about it.
Yeah, I wonder what he really gets out of it.
I don't know. He lives in his own head. Do you know what I'm saying? He's like,
projection alert system has been activated. The projection alert system has been activated. I'm living rent-free in your head.
How does he how does he perceive all this that he's doing?
Right.
My God, if you did it, your mother would freak. A parent or a family member, if they discovered you doing that, oh my God. It's just, I understand. So it's not just recording Clubhouse, he just records his whole life. It's very bizarre. And it goes back in time. You really go look. There's some old stuff. So he's been phone farming for a long time. But I've done some But I think I have PTRs here that I never deleted, which I should delete. I have Kitover PTRs here. I have like 100 PTRs here, but let me see. You're gonna laugh. I made some obnoxious ones along here. Ready? This is a PTR I made. There you go. Pretty techy. So wait, I'll tell you. I have another one. Wait. Let me find it for you. Hold on.
You know Joe B.
Oh yeah.
You know she donated to his congressional campaign.
She Michigana? She is. I was just gonna say I didn't mean is she. I think she is a little Michigana.
Yeah.
I noticed that. You know. Okay, ready for this? This I created with AI. Ready? Look.
That's good.
I think she was the one.
Trump and his hat, by the way.
Oh, I didn't notice it at first. Yeah, you definitely made him look a lot older too.
You like that? I thought I did a good job. Monica loves all this stuff. She loves it, you know, because this is definitely up Monica's alley. She thought it was funny, but she used to always wait through my PTRs. Monica always liked my PTRs, so she was one of my biggest fans. But, you know. Okay, ready? Here you go.
Okay.
Wait. Okay.
Now this Frankenstein's monster.
That's Kitover doing his yoga.
Oh.
I just had it. I had a little fun with it. Hey. Wait. I got a couple more for you. Here he is. This is one of my favorite.
Okay, let's see.
Some fun. I mean, this, you know, I posted them, but as you can imagine, it was a little clubhouse conversation with a bunch of people, you know.
Definitely captured the frumpiness.
Yeah, and here is the original. I just want to show you a picture from the Frankenstein there.
Wait, why do his arms look like that? What? Oh, never mind. It's his arm holding up his leg. I thought it was okay. That's really gross, actually.
I know. What kind of boomer am I? I'm a child. When it comes to Kitover, I'm sorry. He's like a white boy. You know what I'm saying? He's so easy to make fun of. He is so easy to make fun of. So now I've got to put I've got a PTR, bunch of things. King. He's totally AI. Totally AI. Anyways, I'm sure you want to go to bed. I probably should go to bed. And we've got Anan here. Hi, Anan. Welcome.
Anon, if you come on stage, we'll donate to John Kitover for mayor of Chicago.
There you go.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got to
Good night. Yeah, it was fun.
one-on-one, Elena.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
Absolutely.
See you next time.
All right. Take care. Good night.
Bye-bye.
And we're all going to vote for him. That is not what Black people did. And so to think that you can just run up to us and hunting us down if it were anybody who was identified as a Muslim involved? Absolutely. But as a person who grew up in the South, absolutely. Like, you don't get to run from the uncomfortable part of this country. There is no law that passed that made people change overnight. These people are passing their traditions down. We have traditions of cooking and, what we do as a family and this and that and the other. And we also pass down toxic behavior that is learned and passed on from generation to generation. And we're the ones that have to say, hey, and by we, I mean just a regular we, not a Black we, that we have to be the ones to say, well, my kids are going to have to put up with this illogical behavior or this abusive behavior or this toxic thinking. And so some people have worked to do that, and there's a lot of work to do. And in the case of race, there is still a ton of work to do because we also have to contend with the root of this place. And that's just a fact. It can be uncomfortable for everybody, but when our kids are getting shot and people are still making excuses as to why it's okay here and not okay here, and it's fine here when it happens to this one, but not okay when it happens to that one. Like,
that would mean white supremacy. All right, so let me just ask a question. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to argue. So that would mean, in that sense, white supremacy isn't as powerful as we say it is.
No, that's not true. Yeah, one thing that was I mean, there were folks the same folks that came out and voted for Biden, and the same folks voted for.
The election. This has nothing to do with Black voter turnout.
Sure.
All right. White women voted in large numbers for Barack Obama. When Hillary ran against Oh my God. No, you stressed it. Yo, Quinn. Brother asked you a direct question, and your direct answer had to do with black voter turnout. No, that's what you said. No, okay, man. You said nothing about white women. You said nothing about white women. Because you jumped in before I could. I jumped in before. The brother spoke. Yeah. I'm speaking now. You can't. You gave a whole complete answer. You gave a whole complete answer. So, and the brother's asking you an excellent question.
So he had a historic turnout with black folks. He had a very good turnout with independents and with white women and college-educated white men. I want to expound a little more. I just said historic turnout.
How did we get in for 2 terms? And super racist.
The same people came out to vote for him.
The white racist people?
Some pretty terrible.
But America's super
You
racist.
realize it's black folks that ain't racist, right?
Yeah,
You
so
realize
not
that?
every
They
white
exist,
person is
maybe
racist.
not white, but enough. What's going on?
There were enough white people. There were enough white people who were voting for Obama that, and you can look this up.
Along with a historic turnout of black people.
They had Confederate flag buttons that was still, vote for Obama. These people were in a very dire economic situation, and things were not looking good for them. He got a turnout that was really interesting because, yes, even some of those looking good for us. And part of the reason why, I'm not saying a lot of them, but a good little number of them, to where their racism doesn't always supersede their material conditions. And some of them were really not doing well. And they said, well, let me do a shot in the dark because this man is at least not going to, kill us. He's not going to kill us all.
And we can also I'm sorry,
give it a try.
We can also clear this up I'm sorry, Mike, one more time. We can also clear this up because I think this is pivotal. When black folks refer to white folks as being racist, so we thought we didn't necessarily need to say this, but we'll say it just in case for the slow people in the room. We don't necessarily mean that all white people are racist. We don't mean that at all. We're smart enough to understand that there are you're asking that question with the understanding that we don't know that. Hold on. So we understand that. There were enough white people who were not racist who came out to vote, and there were enough of them that stayed home, apparently, or not enough of them came out to vote. So whatever that mixture was, there were enough of those people that came out, along with a historic number of black people that can't be overlooked. And he also won independence in the middle. So there's also a lot of people and a number of other people that we don't need to. You can go and look up the exit polling. It's very easy to do for both 2008 and 2012.
Hey,
but
Quinn, I'm not
the most
disagreeing.
pivotal thing is we're talking about is that when we say that, because you seem to be trying to imply that along with your co-host Ed McMahon as well, that we are implying that all white people are racist. And how could Obama win 2 terms if the country was so racist? Well, there's a good swath of white people in this country who are extreme.
Going, it's systemic. So unless you can have people who vote for Obama, they're not racist, but unless you're being actively anti-racist, you're still letting the system go as the system goes. So yeah, there was lots of non-racists voting for Obama, but the system's still gonna go.
They ain't ready for that part, Mark.
I heard And I heard a story when I was talking to some people, and they were doing canvassing. I think it was in West Virginia, and they knocked on the door. They were like, who are you voting for? In the election, and the woman was like, I don't know. My husband decides, and whatever. And she was like, is your husband home?
It was a cleaning stream for a moment.
And she was like, hey, who are we voting for? And the person
now,
from the other word.
It's a vibrator stream.
But do you understand what people are saying? Did Michael just explain that to you? Do you understand what he meant when he said that?
No, but what you just said, you said it as if people on this stage didn't agree and say that's facts. Literally, what you just said, you said as if people didn't agree.
It is 100% a fact that America is racist.
So because Obama won, there's no institutional or systemic racism. I know Ed McMahon doesn't agree with that.
I'm not saying that.
Ed McMahon?
I'm not saying that. I posed the question before I even got into what I was getting into.
America is 100% absolutely racist, structurally, all oriented around white man.
What's going on? We're trying to have a regular topic.
Patty, don't say nothing when he calls me Ed McMahon, right, Patty? You got nothing.
Ed McMahon.
Different space.
So, Steve, why would you ask that question?
Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. You put a hammer with a nail.
Hold on, bro.
To some people, everything looks like a nail.
When Obama got in office, were we dealing with a white racist, white supremacy, were we dealing with that type of America? That was the question that I asked. And I was speaking to I don't want to get her name wrong, my bad, but Shot. And when I asked that question, she said yes. So I just followed up and just was curious, and I wanted to ask. That's the state of the nation. How did Obama serve 2 terms? I didn't apply nothing on nobody. I was just trying to just get some understanding. I'm not saying I'm wrong, whatever the case is. I'm just listening to how the conversation is going, and I'm asking questions, trying to get understanding, and just doing my mind.
Understand. So I'm telling. So listen. I apologize if you did.
I'm an analog. You voted me for the cassettes. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Mozart!
So I mean, I've understood you probably about
This is cool. I didn't project or anything. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I asked questions, and then I was trying to get understanding. So I'm waiting to project this.
No, yeah, because I think it's great.
I'm not
Because if we're saying, look, you know, like just find a good girl and this, that, and the third, regardless of what she is, as long as she a good girl and cool, that's one thing. But if you're doing it under the impression you can't find no good black woman, that's a hurt nigga move. That's a soft nigga move. And the soft part is when you're willing to downplay the same black woman that give off this impression that the woman you're dating from that other culture is better. But remember, when you do that, you're saying their cult better. And when you're saying their culture is better, when you knock your culture, you knock your that culture too. You can't separate yourself. Nature told you that, regardless of how you feel. Nature told you can't separate yourself. So as bad as you hate your gums because they black, it doesn't erase you from being black. And that's the hard pill you gotta swallow at the end of the day. So I get it, and again, like I said, believe no different than one black man saying, if I made it, we all made it. Fuck no. Don't no culture move like that.
I'm sacrificing my brain for Clown House. The founders of the app should be paying me for my sacrifice. The gold scheme hasn't paid off, though. People keep sending me gold, but they keep deleting my accounts. I had to go through the whole Stripe Social Security verification system. Oh, stole all me gold. Goddamn murderer stole me gold and Crownhouse. I'm an angry leprechaun troll.
That was cute. I very much so appreciated your passion. The passion was wonderful, okay? I really did believe that performance, okay? I really did. So what I'm saying is, like, it's one of the situations where, unfortunately, when you're having conversations with people, you know, some of these people I've never been able to get you. So.
Projection alert system has been activated. Notify all the leprechauns who stole me gold.
And that's just the reality. It's a fair process. Like, they done talk so many different things, so many different variables. It's convoluted love. Like, it's not really the love that most people will actually want. And actually trust.
It's also convoluted. It's just love. Mozart, this motherfucker. I got crevice in my knee. It's called. I got arthritis in the knee. How do I get my... Generational trauma?
Wait, it's certain things you're speaking on that you're speaking on, but you don't want to own. You meet these women and they embrace you, and that's because they come from a culture that was locked down, and they history of being groomed to understand what being feminine looks like. They're groomed from that position. That's why I literally said in my submission prior that we have to own that on average, when we talk about majority versus minority, on average, the average black woman today ain't groomed to be a wife, bro. That's why I said that. You're talking about if you're groomed to be a wife, the first thing you learn is the understanding of patience and operating with men and playing a part in your femininity. When you go to these other countries where these women are groomed to be wives, of course they groomed to be fully in their femininity. And that's something men aren't used to. I say it all the time. When you get off that plane, it's almost like you got to recalibrate your brain to lock back into the bullshit.
Absolutely. You land back in Atlanta, and you about to go back home, and you see that loud ass, angry ass black lady who had work yelling at people and shit, and you realize, like, damn, I'm back to rude ass entitled America. It's just a level of just entitlement and just rudeness and like, I don't know, like you say, they was taught to be feminine off top, right? But I think some of these women have the capabilities of being feminine, but they choose not to be until you unlock certain things, till you do certain things, until you quote unquote prove yourself. That's when they go all of a sudden.
Now I can agree with that. I can respectfully.
Like some of these people are actually great women, but they just choose to be a piece of shit for a while. They want you to be patient until they feel like.
Wait a minute. But again, even when you. Chose to be ignorant and think it's cute to be disrespectful and shit like that. The first thing they say is that the men like you. So I mean, shit. I need that because again, if they're so ignorant, disrespectful, and rude, and we got their own. Like this is what the men that operate like boys get a pass at now, because them the ones that are actually keeping that shit alive. You understand what I'm saying? So if we had that conversation, because some women really think They encourage shit like that. Like if you look around and see who's encouraging, it's the rich encourage rich. I never seen encourage no ratchet shit. I never seen stand-up women or fit women that even entertain that type of bullshit. Well, clarity, how about this is for the toxicity. Well, clarity. You said we're not the only group that creates safe space for toxicity amongst each other? No, we're not. We're not the only ones. There's other groups that do it too. You guys got to broaden your mind and look at others, but you choose not to look at those other groups. But I can rock with you when you say you think that's us. But my thing is, Amari, next time you fly into the Atlanta airport and you look at that loudmouth black woman, how about you look over across in the next gate and look at that black woman sitting with her boyfriend holding her hand? They're at peace. There's one. How about the next time when you sit there and you see that black woman cussing or arguing, or that dude cussing on? Why don't you turn away from that and look at the black woman that's getting hugged by her boyfriend while they're walking? Why don't you look at that one? And the next time you come on this app, you talk about some positive things that you see in the black woman. CIA facts you never knew. Or you hear the ignorance. The CIA assassination manual drafted in 1952 states that's pushing her boyfriend that's paralyzed in a wheelchair, and she had his baby. And he got a bang, he got a pee. That woman that's stuck with him, whether he got shot or he needs surgery, or you old enough to know, or you seen a black woman that has been with her husband and he needs a kidney transplant, and she's still with him. She didn't leave him. Okay, I can do that. I hear you, and I'm open to looking at other things. Don't get me wrong. I see other stuff, but my thing is, if we want to like really wake this up for real, black women. I'm gonna say this right, and I'm gonna say this, and then you can respond. Why is it that our women are the only women that we hear say they need a man that can handle them? Like I don't know if that makes sense as being a stick. Like that's a real stick for them. Like they need to be handled. And last time I checked, you handle. He couldn't handle me. Yeah. Let me tell you, I'm riding on the train in the UK, going from London to Liverpool. 3 women on the train in front of me. 3 women. One woman said, "Honey, I don't know. It's just some of these men. If you can take on me and my attitude, we good. I need a man that can handle me, and I can't find one." He's a white one. She said, "I travel. I talk to other races of women. It's something that you not go. They won't do the same. Listen to another country. They're Chinese women that want their husbands and they doing it up. They wear pants going to work there. And that's for walking behind. They men no more like they used to in Japan. The woman was supposed to walk behind. They ain't doing that shit no more. They not. Open your eyes. It is being done. It is being said. You all are just stuck in this room. The most secretive organization. You can't keep constantly talking about their black budget. Inhale. Like, I hope he does in his marriage. We don't know. Life is like a ladder in the hen house. It's short and it's full of shit. You gotta deal with it. Simple. My skin is numb to this shit. I'm invocation of Satan hail. Almighty. It's supposed to come in your life. I can hear y'all say that though, man. They hear you say, we're the only ones, that tells me right there, you're only looking at this circle. You look at it and talk about this. Right. And without I'm not saying you're wrong, but I say we're the only ones on average because we drop the minority versus majority. That now we're entering the real way. So when you say, oh, it's happening over here, it's not on the majority. When I say it's happening in America, I say we're the only ones I'm talking about for the majority versus minority. Maybe I need to be more technical. Because when I approach it for the majority versus minority, just like you gave Femo. Maybe turn around and look at that black woman. Create the safest space for the wildest toxicity. Facts. So again, I'm not disowning the fact that we're targeted. I'm not disowning the fact that we're manipulating and maneuver. But at some point, if we can't own the major problems, then by default, speaking for the minority is not going to affect the majority. It's not. At some point, somebody going to have to drop a ball that's going to send a shockwave mentally through this shit that's going to wake some shit up on some real shit, bro. But I'm not negating what you're saying when you say it's everybody, yeah, but they're not as affected as we are. We're so affected, we're infected. That's how real that shit get with us. So we can play the game and be like, oh yeah, we can focus on a better and a more positive. But when you're the spokesperson for the negativity, when your culture is the spoke people, when it's time for all types of bullshit. The more you drop down the ladder, the more direct it gets. Are you willing to own it? That would be the question I would have to ask before I even build within that conversation. But I get where you're going, guys. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just keep leaving the door open for us to understand. It's so many fucking variables for us to start trying to act like we can cancel out a variable. Starts to make it sound asinine. Because there's too many variables we can pull before.
Everyone's making valid points. The issue is everything that you say could be true on both sides. What are you doing to get the results that you want? And that's what I'm going to always lead with, because it's like, okay, this is true. This is true. So what's stopping you from getting what you want? And so PhD said, well, I'm not going to Africa. So I didn't say you had to go to Africa to find a good woman. You agreed that there's some good women in America. Why can't you be with them good women that you want to have? I chose before I met my wife. I'm not new to traveling. I'm not new to this. I've been traveling since my 20s. I'm 43. I've traveled over 20 years. My goal when I first traveled out this country was to retire abroad. That came more reality as I've gotten older. And I've always wanted to relocate to Africa or Asia. I was planning on Asia, in Asia, which I still may do, because I found a nice place. But obviously, my family's back in Africa, so I have to live in both places. So I think, you guys can have all the points you want, but unless if you're not getting results that you want, if you want to be single and you're saying, I don't want to get married, I want to stay single, then you should be happy with being single. If you're saying, I want to get married, I want a wife, but then you're saying the reason why I can't get married is because of the women. Woman in America, why can't you be with them? It's still you. This is a stab. I have one in this arm. I have one in this. So I don't know what you want me to do about you. I have a gunshot wound right here in the back of my head. I got fragmentation from a gunshot wound in my right eye. I thought Chicago was the rack in the field for the longest, and it took a team of surgeons to make it. So we're here in class. Friends, it's a little after 10 p.m.
And I know what you're thinking. It's not about the Knicks, not the parade, not the ceremony, not first championship in 53 years. It's about the fact that tomorrow is the last Friday of the I know.
Julian, when I was coming into the studio, what is Hampton? And
Wait, but Amir, I feel like honestly, y'all don't like the good girls. Like y'all look over the good girls, and y'all look for the what you call them, PA? 4 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 1. And I feel like those are the wives. The ones that aren't really worried about how they look and, worried about the inside, internal. That's y'all chase that. Y'all niggas who's chasing.
We are here with Ryan today. Tell us, what is your favorite?
No, it's not. That's so true. Look, Grace, let me finish. Because some of them girls that y'all think 8, 10s, and 9s, they not really that. It's the maintenance that they keep up with, like the hair, the nails, the makeup. You gotta keep up yourself to remain that number. Like, don't wake up like that, my nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Do you know what an 8, 9, or 10 is? Oh, no, Ray, you don't know. So what I'm saying is like an 8, 9, and 10 is up that way. That's what makes that 8, 9, and 10. That's pretty much the real. Y'all just don't know the real 8, 9, and 10.
Has nothing to do with the 8, 9, or 10. The average dude does not marry a woman who's a quote unquote 8, 9, or 10. Average people marry average people, so it's not just.
Can you tell PhD that?
Women who are average people, under people who are average or under average people get married every single day. Most people are average, and those are the people that's getting married the most because most people are average. And the second thing is, it's not just the attraction. It's not. She's got to be an 8. These dudes like those dudes. That's what it is. It's not like, listen, the woman can be an 8. If she not having sex with you in 48 hours.
Sit up there and look for fucking Superman and walk right past Clark Kent. So you take that same, so you use that same energy with the women. You see? Now, as far as
My intellectual rival, I don't know.
I don't even want to use the word no more. Matter of fact, I haven't used it. You have to realize, first of all, race, you're not average. Now that you got your wife, you are Superman.
Naveen is actually really good. I don't know if you know Naveen, but Naveen is very good, very aggressive, and has a lot of alternative perspectives and facts, which are always interesting. So I don't
You're seeing skinny with the fattest man.
Not stupid people, but people who can't stop using language.
Tom Joyner, you looked at
him. It's English language addicts.
Light skin.
It's a video game for these people.
His wife was not. She was married to him. He's not average. He is something to her. Superman, and his wife was. Went to the gym. If y'all follow Tom Joyner, his wife was beautiful. And people looked at him like, how in the fuck you get him?
Yeah, some money, bro. That's all.
You know, it wasn't. No, it wasn't because they've been way together before. I knew, but he told his story. Tom Joyner was with his wife when he was not Tom Joyner. He was Tom.
Got you.
He was Tom before he was Tom Joyner. He told that story, and he said people looked at him like, man, how did you get that one? He said because she didn't pay attention to Superman. She played the Clark Kent, and look at him. Into politics because he had something that turned her on, a strong mindset in surviving and going to accomplish and get his goals. That turned her on and she rode with him. They had early pictures. Look at the clothes he was fucking wearing. Are you kidding me? I guess you could say that was average to her.
Yeah, they were both CIA agents working for Business International Corporation. It's on their Wikipedia page.
But but make no difference. If a man turns a woman off mentally, yeah, you ain't average no more. But she's done with you.
Yeah, but Michelle Obama is a man.
All right, now I'm gonna get ready and close this room, and I'm gonna start a new one. So, madam, be looking for the thing, and come get the link. You hear me, madam?
Yeah, I was reading something.
I'm just saying. I think the reason why it comes off crazy.
It be most of them men that be sitting on here and talking and using them words and using them wrong. Like,
have y'all ever been in RPO? Have y'all ever been in RPO?
Yes, when they do the reading test.
Yeah, that's mostly men who fail that reading test.
Every time.
I bet you that. RPO is the new exotical room.
Oh, so you must have failed the test, huh?
That's the new exotical room.
You must have failed the test. He probably failed it.
I went in the room. I will never go back to that.
Most of them don't.
That's the exotical room.
He must have failed that test, Beauty. That's why he's saying that.
He definitely did. Definitely did. It was the you read? I should have punched that nigga in his face.
What the hell?
Hello?
But isn't that what y'all do when women aren't male-centered?
I don't give a fuck about what a woman got going on.
Yeah, stay in your own lane, baby. Read a book. Go to the gym.
They hate men. They don't want to be married. They don't respect men. They don't want to be submissive. As soon as a woman is not male-centered, y'all classify her under the same category.
To be honest with you, I don't give a fuck. You could be a misandrist, not want to get married. You could be a slut. I don't care. Just living your truth.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move the fuck around.
Real shit.
Yeah.
Real shit.
With your dog and your rights, that's your prerogative.
Finally, we got some motherfucking truth.
As a person who worked at the library and have read over 75 books, ain't no way in the world I would fail to read this thing.
You didn't say that. You didn't say within a year. You said as a person that works at the library.
Baby, 75 books even in a year on a lifetime. That's pretty good, baby.
5, 4, 3, 2, bye.
Let's talk about the books. What books did he read? And what did you learn?
Sometimes God. Well, that's a whole conversation right there. What book do you want me to start with?
Start with your favorite book. They boom the broom, baby.
Valentino.
That's what I'm saying. Don't interrupt, bro. Wait.
Hey, don't talk over me. I want to talk about gradation in the level and why all my picture frames keep adjusting without... There's no earthquake, but I don't understand why my...
Sorry, and this is not your living room, okay?
My living room? Mother child, this was my living room.
We don't have a solution. The thing is, you
will just replace all of them.
That's okay, bro.
Same thing over and over again.
I know, but he did the same thing, and you didn't cut him off. I'm not cutting him off. I'm just saying that you're repeating. You're doing it right now. You're reminding me that I'm repeating myself. But you were putting words on my mouth. Let me finish my statement.
You can respond afterwards. Can you please hurry up and land, please?
I've been trying to. Y'all should pressure
Just get to it.
Man. So, bro, it's a philosophical difference.
I'm sorry.
And you do it again. You could have laughed on mute.
You keep repeating yourself, dog.
Because I want to. That's my starting point, so I can end. And I'm going to go back to it.
4 times.
It's a philosophical difference. So it's a philosophical difference as it relates to conservative mindset, which says the government is inefficient and it's bloated and we're right-sizing. So when you say, "Oh my God, the world is coming," I don't know what you just said. You said the world's basically coming to an end because he's cut. How are we going to get better as a society? Was your question? That's how we're going to get better as a society, by making these programs more efficient and making them remove the waste, fraud, and abuse. And real quick,
when it comes to the physical, the philosophy, and I understand where he's coming from. Big government, small government. The thing is, you can't say anything and not stand on it. You got to stand on it. We've never seen.
Meaning we come to death.
Our chapter here going to chapters.
Okay, please answer my question. Does a human being die? Yes or no?
No.
A human being does not. You say a human being does not die. I'm going to call you out.
Yeah. I'm not sure what part of the world you're in or what time zone you're in. England. Sounds good. England? Did he say England?
Yes.
Yeah, UK. Yeah. Wait, what is your accent? No, we're in the military.
He's an imposter.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I thought at least English would rub off on him over there, but we haven't even been here yet. Okay, that explains it.
I have a question, Justin. How many angels can fit on the head of a pin?
How big is the pin?
A couple of millimeters.
Millimeters? I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you.
Okay.
But
yes, this has been discussed before. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't, your church doesn't feel the necessity to go as far as you're going. And you say a lot of your motivation is because, does the church predict aliens being demons coming as aliens, or is that
yes.
Yes, they do? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your motivation for taking this physical thing as far as you have.
Well, independently. So in other words, I've been coming down this stream of thought myself without even consciously knowing that my church has been talking about this in different ways. Oh. So every now and then, we have a prophet named Ellen G. White, writes a lot of stuff about the subject. But I don't read maybe a decade ago and don't remember it. So I may be coming down this stream of thought thinking, oh shoot, this is the reason why we need to, I need to focus on this. Then I would look back and say, oh yeah, okay, this confirms it. My church actually agrees with this. Mm-hmm. Just not too many people read in the church, because there's churches that have a lot of doctrine, but all they focus on is practical things like marriage, finances, God blessing you. They don't really get deep into the matters that I talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. As I said before, I don't think you have to have this kind of theology or whatever you want to call this to be suspicious of aliens and to suspect that they could be demons.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Even natural beings, in the sense that just not a normal, just a different kind of species of animal. I think there might be something going on there pretty wild. But
I'm surprised how charming they may end up being. They can be very charming.
Well, the scripture says that Satan may come to you disguised as an angel of light.
Right.
And so I don't deny that. I think we could be deceived on all kinds of levels.
Like, can you imagine, like, if there was like some aliens that showed up and they look black? You know how many like Hebrew Israelites will fall for it? You just imagine, like, there was a lot of think tanks out there with the fallen angels. They have so many different ways to deceive us, and they have ways to deceive people just like me and just like you. So, like, I think I'm doing this for all the Justins out there. Me that will save a person like me. So that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and you don't think somebody needs to have all of this theology to be saved? Like, there's
The church itself is not saved. The church is lost. Not individuals. That's a different question.
the network, the nodes. Go to ChicagoMayorVote.com. ChicagoMayoralElect.com. ChicagoMayoral.com. John Kitover, Chicago.com. JohnKitoverNews.com. ChicagoNewsIncorporated.com. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to hit the like button now.